Rich, if you were going to build a label, a record label this is, how would you fit all of this into your existing content? Well, I mean, you're doing videos anyway, right? So why not just start doing videos about the whole process? I mean, to be fair, that's a pretty cool idea. Thank you, and that's exactly what I'm going to be doing. Hi guys, my name is Rich, and this is the Diary of a Music Maker. I wanted to do something a little bit different this week, and I think from now on, I've got all my, what they call doorcasts, DOATube, like Logic things going on, which is where I write stuff. I'm going to move that onto my Substack for paid subscribers, because they take a lot of work, and there's actually a lot of value in them. That's not to say that I will stop doing them, but it's kind of me trying to rearrange all of the things I do so it works best for me, which is, at the end of the day, the important part. And that brings me to this stuff. What up until now has been a podcast, and still is a podcast, and videos that go on my YouTube channel about the work I do. And I've been kind of doing it as like this is the work I'm doing this week, have a listen, have a look, and watch me do it. But I think, given last week's video and how much fun it was and how nice it felt to do it, and how I want to integrate this into my newsletter, which is free, I've decided for this to be kind of like a video version of the newsletter. Not exactly the same, kind of different. Let me explain. Each week for the last, 7 months, pretty much every week, maybe every other week, I've been releasing music. I think I'm on album 35 now. I believe. Might be more, might be less. It's around 30 plus. And I haven't really been sharing them, except on anonymously on various YouTube channels, which is good and works fine, but I'm missing a trick, because you guys are awesome, and you are my loyal fan base who enjoy my content, enjoy my music. So I'm going to start including my weekly releases. They're not all going to be this type of videos on my phone, I don't think, because it's fun, but I can show you, but there we go. I can't hold my screen up. There he goes. Something like that. I want to share the music I release, the videos I publish, which again I will put down in the comments. I will put it in my newsletter, essentially. I'll tell you about it. My release, okay, I haven't done one this week because we were away. Me and the family were away on holiday for 3 weeks, which was awesome. So I haven't done any releases. The most recent one I did was a Hopecore album, M83 type stuff, for a project called Hope Floats, and the album was called Arrival of Angels. And to go along with this stuff, so I need to start holding this with my left hand because my right hand's getting sore. And to go along with this stuff, as well as sharing the videos, the releases, I want to share the videos that I produce, because actually I've been producing a huge amount. Whether that is just a link below, or whether it's like an image that will pop up here, or whether it'll be something else, I don't know. But that's the plan, really. So I will also do something which I've been umming and ahhing about for quite some time, but I always love it when people share their income streams. And I'm not going to be sharing my income completely, but what I will be sharing is my streams, of how many streams I'm getting on my music, because that's the thing. I'm building a label to build this streaming income as well. I might share views on YouTube channels, etc., but I'm not sure. That might take a little bit too much time. I kind of wanted to think of it in terms of what I naturally spend my time doing, checking numbers and sharing that, so that it kind of stops me being so like, oh, check the numbers. I also like the idea of sharing experiments and things I'm doing, but we'll see, because like, for instance, the most recent experiment is I did launch a separate YouTube channel for my vlogs, and I'm also putting that stuff on Substack, and it's kind of like a YouTube versus Substack, see what happens. I'm not really doing it to garner any huge following. I'm doing it because I like doing it, it's fun, and there's less phone holding, it's more like a phone and me chatting. So yeah, there we go, the update, the experiment. There we go, so what I've released, what I've published, the streams, updates on anything, and releases, whatnot. I also kind of, oi! Sorry, my cat was scratching my carpet. Yeah, so updates on the experiment, and I also like the idea of, when I did my Trading Music Composers podcast, I would start it off as like I would have like a little silly fact about myself, or something that's interesting, or something like that. So yeah, I think that's going to be the format. This is kind of like the welcome video, really, to the kind of the new process, the new way things are working for me. And as you know, I chop and change a lot, but that's partly because I've got a mind going a million miles an hour a lot of the time, but also because I'm trying to kind of balance how these things work, how my writing and creating content works for me. So yeah, that's the plan. And this is kind of like the first episode. What I'm going to do is I'm going to dive into my computer now. Not literally, but no, not literally. I'm going to dive into my computer, and we can kind of kick this off as if this is an actual thing. Okay, here I am in the computer, not literally again, with this week's newsletter. The plan is this 5 awesome things-ish, what I've released, what I've published, sharing my numbers, and sharing is caring, and I think that's it, really. Sharing is caring is going to be a little section where I share stuff from you, my readers, viewers, and listeners. If you've got stuff you want me to put in this newsletter, goes out to thousands of people, please let me know. I'm very happy to do it, because a rising tide lifts all ships, right? Okay, so let's jump up to the top. I'm not really going to dive into each individual thing, because I don't want it to be everything to be in the video. I mean, it can be, but I think part of the fun is that some of it is going to be in the newsletter, give you a reason to subscribe. But the main thing from this week is I'm launching weekly playlists, which I've creatively called Rich's Playlists, which is going to be music from the vaults of Print Music, which is my record label. Like I said, I've got 30-something albums now, so it's about time I started to do my own playlists. And this week's playlist is a great name. Hopecore playlist for sitting in a car passenger seat and watching the world pass you by. Short and to the point. Basically, I wanted this music to kind of feel like my parents divorced when I was young, and I wanted this to feel like how I used to feel on the car journey to my dad's and back. I loved those car journeys. It's like a 3-hour car journey every other week. And I'd sit out of the window and I'd just get lost in that feeling. I mean, I was a simple child. Window. All I needed was windows and bushes to fly past. But there was a nice feeling there. So I wanted to have the music that kind of represented that. And rather than being like, Hopecore music for divorced children, children of divorced parents, which actually I could do that. That actually sounds like a really good playlist. I thought I'd do that to kind of sum up that feeling. I guess this is like this week's news, really, isn't it? The 5 awesome things. Sometimes it's sharing other things. So one of the other things I've mentioned, which is over the shoulder stuff, is going to move onto my Substack. Anyway, what I released this week is Arrival of Angels by Hope Floats, which is my kind of like M83 inspired Hopecore. So I used to write Hopecore all the time. It was just when I used to write it, it wasn't called Hopecore, it was called Hopeful Indie Music. So I love all this like Hopecore, Sadcore, Slowcore, Happycore, Vintagecore, Cottagecore. I love it. It's just brilliant. Like you attach like a word to core that sums up a feeling of music. Like Cottagecore, for example, like light, acoustic-y, classical, and it could be classical, it could be acoustic, but as long as it sums up that feeling, great. Writing for music for advertising, they talk about feelings all the time, not in the meetings, but with regard to music. We want this to be hopeful, we want this to feel exciting, rather than talking in terms of music, like, you know, we want the cadence, the perfect cadence to really hammer home at the end there. Anyway, I finally released It's Shattered by Prin, imaginatively called, which is my kind of like dark epic folk metal stuff. I guess think Nine Inch Nails, but not so industrial, more my filthy organic trailer stuff really. And Sunrise Across the Mist by Echoes of the Ages. What I published, so I have a YouTube channel called the Academia Project for academia inspired music. As a test, it was a test to see what happens if you put classical music in playlists themed on YouTube, and it's done really well, and I'll tell you why in a second. But in the meantime, I've been like, I wonder what happens if I kind of focus more on nature and slightly uplifting, like light academia or like music for chilling out in the nature, to kind of have my more hopeful piano stuff. Or not even hopeful, but more introspective and calming piano stuff. That doesn't seem to be doing so well. So maybe that needs to be either I set a separate channel for that and just do that, or I just embrace the fact that it's not just dark academia. It's music for studying. I think that's the thing. I've kind of shifted the idea a little bit. So it was just an experiment. It's not worked out brilliantly. As opposed to getting thousands of views, the videos are getting tens and hundreds. So, and this is what month 6th of that, the 6th month point for that channel, Academia Projects. But anyway, this video that I've released is just a video, again, a slide for my latest piano release by me, Richard Prin, which was all improvised on the piano, and I improvised it live, recorded it, uploaded it. That'll be on my Substack too. Where was I? Lost my train of thought. Yes, the reason why this channel is good is when I move on to sharing my numbers. As you can see, 94,000 streams. It's not, this isn't giving up the day job money by any means, but this is month 2 of 100,000 streams purely from one video from this YouTube channel. One video, and this is all basically one album that's just landed somewhere happily on YouTube Music. I think this is to do with the way that YouTube integrates YouTube Music within its ecosystem. I had a really interesting podcast about it. Actually, I should probably write about that. But anyway, that's the deal with this. And I'm really, really excited about it just because it kind of gives hope to testing out this YouTube theory. And this is one of my big experiments, is YouTube long-form playlist videos. Again, one of the reasons why I've started playlists, because I've noticed when I have playlist, longer style videos on YouTube of music, they seem to do better than single tracks or single tracks on a loop. So we'll see. A lot of it's to do with the packaging, admittedly, which is one experiment I did want to run was exact same title, exact same music, but different images, and the same images, different title, same music, but 2 separate channels, 2 new channels. But problem there is I have to get them verified because the music will probably be over 15 minutes. Anyway, I digress. So I mean, I haven't shared all of my channels and I haven't shared a breakdown of the numbers, but if you want me to share more details on the channel, let me know in the comments below. And like I said, these releases, I've got 30 odd releases. Oh, here we go. My releases. Here we go. I've got a ton of them. All these albums that I haven't really shared on here. So for the weeks that I haven't done anything, where was I? I will probably put that in there too. I'll probably just chuck that in there. Chuck some of the old ones in. Like, oh, I haven't done anything this week, but because not every week I release an album. So what I published, sharing my numbers, sharing is caring, and yeah, I wanted to finish these with a question. I haven't written the question in the newsletter yet, but maybe I should write that. Quick question, because I want to start getting more of a conversation, a flow between me and you, a repartee, as they were. For instance, let me just say, I'm not going to do this every time, but one student I had mentioned that he was having issues with writing rhythm. And he was like, you know, if you ever get any time, I'd love you to do like a little course. And boom, I created a masterclass of writing for rhythm off the back of having his questions to help me do that. But I want to have more conversation. So, quick question for you. Put your comments below. I mean, it'd be nice to keep it on Substack, but obviously I appreciate this is going on YouTube too. Or is it going on YouTube? Yeah, it's going on YouTube. Quick question below is, what's your favourite part of the newsletter? Let me know. That's all it is. I'll write that down now. What is your favourite part of this newsletter? Question mark. Now, I am a huge fan of sharing stuff and of, you know, showing behind the scenes. And I really do hope this stuff helps you and inspires you and, you know, helps you in your own journeys creating music and building your music career, building your own world. I'm really, really grateful that you took the time to listen. I'm really grateful that you took time to watch. And I'm especially grateful to those of you who took the time to put your comments below and answer my question. You are awesome, and I'll see you in the next one.